and welcome to Just For You, a program cut out just because of you, my viewers, my subscribers. I'm so glad to be with you today again. This is your man Sonny Wayne Fella. And what would you say? Isn't this a beautiful day? Wherever you are, whether at night, whether during the day, afternoon, it is a beautiful day. That's what I consider it to be from my end. Okay, I'm not being selfish now, but I'm just saying, I just wanted to give you some little rundown today concerning the project that we begin to do in Liberia. I'm very passionate about Liberia. I mentioned it 3 times. So I'm trying to emphasize on it that I'm very, very, serious about our country, Liberia. We've been slacking behind for so long. And now that many of us went into the diaspora and we've learned, we've earned, it's time that we return home to begin to build our country and make it what we want it to be. We can't be happy all the time to be in another man's country. They build a country and using our taxes to continue to build a country, whereas our country seems to be lacking behind. But we went to Liberia and we decided to put up a house. This is the 3rd house actually that we are putting up, and this is the house. But now we are trying to build the 3rd one, and this one is, we consider it as our dream home. In America, we live in a decent home. We live in a decent community. But, here in the States, you have to pay for 30 years. It's like you are renting it. It is not yours until you pay the last penny at the end of the 30 years, or if you have it for 15 years, you have to pay the last penny for 15 years. Then you can own it as your own house. But what we realize is in Liberia, if you have the money and you put up a house, you don't have to wait for 30 to 15 years to own it. You understand what I'm saying? Most of us living in the West, we know that even the vehicle we drive, unless we pay cash down, if we do have it, it is like rented, okay? We have a lien on it, and it takes, maybe 4 years, 5 years to finish paying for it, but we consider it our car, right? But I tell you, if you don't pay for a month or 2, the car will be towed. They will repossess it. The same thing with the house. If we live in a house and we don't pay our mortgage, as they call it here, for 2 months, guess what? You don't have that house anymore. I don't care if it was 29 years you paid for it and you have 1 more year, or even 29 years and 10 months and you had 2 more months to pay for it and you did not pay for it, they're going to put foreclosure on your house and you're going to lose it. So all the money you spend went in breeze. It's just, you lost it. So that's the situation in the United States of America. So that's why many of us have to and must be happy to go back to our homeland, Liberia, to build. I know a lot of us are doing it. People are doing it. And I must say bravo to you guys for what you are doing and have done. And even some of us have now moved back home to live. That is beautiful, beautiful. The only sad part about it is some of us, we live in the diaspora, we learn and then we went back to Liberia to rent from someone else. Maybe renting from somebody who lives in Liberia, who really don't have the financial strength that you might have or you had or you still have, but you go back home and you rent from someone, whereas you could have built something for yourself, a little kitchen or a little hut. So when you return home, you will have something to live in. So that is our dream and aspiration. We don't want to go back to Liberia and rent. We just did it recently. We're there for 46 days, and we had to pay over $4,000 for where we stopped at the Blessed One Resort in rehab. So we see that it's very expensive, but we did it because we put the first house, we put it on a rent. The second one is a boys' quarter that we built on the land that we're building our house on right now. And we have a guy living there who's managing our property. And then we're now building this one. But I just wanted to encourage all of us living out of the country, even if you are in Liberia and you have the money, it is about time that you start to build. Because many times we realize that there are zinc shacks everywhere. And these zinc shacks, they just doesn't have toilets, right? They don't have place to go and ease themselves. And they make it difficult for those who have struggled and worked hard and earned something to go home and put up a decent building. But people go and use plastic bags, they use cups, they use just go on the ground and just put the WC there, and then the entire place, like our house in Barnesville, in the evening hours, like around about 6-7 o'clock, when you sit outside, you just can't, because the breeze, the wind that comes bring these terrible smell, and we have to always move on the other side of the house or move back into the house, and it's so unpleasant. So I would really encourage Liberians, if you can afford to build yourself a decent house, try to put up a little toilet, something that you can use, outhouse, okay, that you can use and take care of it, so that other people won't suffer the inconvenience of your doing. So that is my appeal, because where we are building our house, we realize that people are doing such around there, and when we sit even in the fence, we smell this terrible oozing stuff coming out, and it is really displeasing. So just a little word, I know other countries have the same problem here in West Virginia and other places in the States too. Not everywhere here is really decent, but we're not comparing America with Liberia. We're just trying to make Liberia a better place for all of us to live, so we can enjoy our country. But I wanted to give you a little rundown on our expenses. Not all of it, but some of it, because I can't name everything to you at one go, okay? Because it was a lot of spending. We spent thousands and thousands of dollars, and then upward of almost 50,000 in the 46 days that we're in Liberia to put up where the house to where it is, and other stuff that we did. We're not going to go into all of that, but even those, the guy that we got to build our house from the foundation, he charged us $5,000, and then up to the window level, he charged another $5,000. But we were able to negotiate with him to $4,000, and then after that, the slab, when he put it up and up, going up, we're going to pay him another $4,000. And we have not talked about the roofing yet and stuff, or plastering the walls, or putting down the floors in the house, and all of that. It will cost extra. We are preparing to return to Liberia one of these days soon, to see if we can take this house upward, and we are excited about it, okay? But I just wanted to give you a little rundown about how much we spent and what we did, okay, while we're in Liberia for those 46 days. So the first thing we did was we bought 14,000 blocks, okay? And the 14,000 blocks actually cost us $7,444 US dollars, okay? $7,444 US dollars. So you will see me buying once in a while to just read something that I wrote down, because I can't remember everything that we did, and I don't even have everything here. But it was 14,000 blocks that we bought for $7,444. And each block costs us 150 Liberian dollars, okay? Each block costs us 150 Liberian dollars, and we bought 14,000. We also bought 600 bags of cement. Each bag costs us with the first 500, we pay $8.25 per bag. And then the The 100 bags, which was the extra 100 bags, we pay $8. So we actually spend over let's say about $5,500, about that, for the 600 bags of cement. We also bought 4 loads of sand. I might be wrong, it might be more, but we bought 4 loads of sand, and each load cost us $540 per load. So the 4 loads, if you calculate it, would be about what, $2,160. $2,160 for 4 loads of sand. We also bought 3 loads of crush racks, and each load cost us $550, totaling 1,000. It was 3 loads, so it's about 1,500. $5,650 that we spent for 3 loads of crush rack to build this house. And we also bought 122 half-inch steel rod, $8.75 US for one steel rod, and that's the half-inch. It cost us $1,067.50. Okay, $1,067.50 for 122 steel rod. We bought another 102 steel rod for the 3/8 inch for $6.25 per one per steel rod. So it cost us $637.50. Then we bought 150 5/8 steel rod, $17.50 for one. It cost us $2,625 for 150 5/8 inch steel rod, $17.50 for one, $2,625. We also bought 13 bundles core wire, which was $130. 13 bundle core wires, we pay $130. So in all, we spend 4,300. Actually, it wasn't 4,000. This is just for the steel rod, actually. So the steel rod, we spent just the steel rod alone, we spent $4,389.50 at the initial start. And then we bought another $579.60 steel rod. We bought another $714, $60 core wire, $65 tie wire, and then we came up to $5,807.50. The transportation on this was 5,500 Liberian dollars. For the cement, the bags of cement, 600 bags of cement, we spent $300 for transportation. And then we also bought additional steel rod, 126 piece 5/8. We bought another 30 piece half-inch, another 35 piece 3/8, and then we bought 13 tie rod again for $321. So including what we have here, the 5,000. So everything up here, we spent about over $10,363. $10,363. And we also went and did some plumbing work. We put up some pipes and stuff, which cost the work cost us $200 to purchase those materials that we used, and we pay $160 for workmanship. So we also bought 8 pieces of plywood, which went half-inch, for $60. We spent few cartons of nails. I believe it was about 13 cartons of nails or something. We paid $300. And then we bought 80 pieces of wawa plank for $350. So this is what we spent. And other things, we bought a whole lot of other things that they mentioned here. Like I said, we fed our workers 2 times a day. We bought, if I'm not mistaken, 17 bags of rice to be able to feed them 2 times a day. And even before we left, we bought additional 6 bags. So besides the feeding, the soup and the oil and all of that. So we spent upwards about almost 50,000 US dollars just to get our house to the point that you see it at. So I just want to, I'm not giving you this to make you afraid, but I'm just putting this in a ballpark so that you will have an idea how much money you will need to put up a ultra modern house in Liberia. Even the slab that we are preparing to put up, the slab alone, the estimate on the slab is $29,289. Okay, so they need 1,000 wawa, which is $4,210. They need 1,300 round poles that they will put under the wawa in order to put the steel raw and then to lay the floor. $1,026. They need 3-inch nails, 60 cartons. $1,200. They need 4-inch nails, 20 cartons, $80. They need one steel nail, the zinc nail, $20 for that one. They also need 80 2x4 planks, which is $126. And then they need more stuff here, 794 steel rod, 794 pieces of steel rod. They need 426. There are different kinds, and then 368 half-inch, which came to $6,352. Then 2 loads of sand, $540. Then 2 loads of crushed rock, $1,100. And then they need 1,000 bags of cement, which is $8,000. They need 11,000 blocks, $5,025. The electrical, we put down $1,000. Then the plumbing, we've already spent $160 for the workmanship, and then $200 to buy the pipes and stuff we need. Now they need another $600 for that. So what we need now to do just the slab alone is $29,289. It's just the slab, the second floor, just the floor, not taking the wall up to the roof level. It's just the slab. Is $29,289. So if we have spent almost $50,000 plus another 29, those of you who are mathematicians, you should know. So 50 plus 20 is 70. So it's $79,289 just from the foundation to completing the slab, not going up to the roof level. So we might be running into over 100, maybe 150,000 to get this house up and about. So it is not cheap, especially if you want something decent. Our contractor, he's a Guinea Pellet man. I know he's expensive in a way, but he calls for stuff that we notice he uses. He doesn't just call for things and drop it. All right. Some people, they will call for certain thing and they will just drop it and not use it. But this guy, he called for things that he used. Okay. And we're very proud of him. Even though it's costing us a lot. And it's good that you pay whatever he asks for, because if you go and give something that is not durable, things that are not good, guess what? You might have to rebuild your house, or your house might collapse in the future. So he wanted all of these steel rods. In fact, there were times we were wondering why he need all of these steel rods. And some of the steel rod actually left over. Right now we have 50 steel rod, I believe. We have a list of stuff here that left over. The 5-inch steel rod, 50 pieces left over. The cutter rod, 7 pieces left over. The 3/8 half-inch, 15 pieces that left over. But guess what? These things will be used again on the, we're going to use some for the slab, and then also to fix the cornerstones and stuff. I mean, the pillars. When the house is going up to the roof level, they will use some of these. So we have some stuff left over, like plywood. We got 3 1.5 carton nails that are left over, and 4 half carton nails that are left over, 2-inch half carton nail that left over and stuff. So we also took account of all that we left there, and then when we get back, we're going to use some of the things, interject these things into our budget, because we've already paid for these ones, but the new one that we have to pay for, that's the one I just mentioned to you. So building a house in Liberia or building a house anywhere is not cheap. It is very expensive, but you have to be patient. You have to work as hard as you can. And I advise you, and I must emphasize, I advise you to be there. Do not send your money to someone else. Do not send your money to someone. There is a man that we worked with. He's a Pakistani. They call him Mahar brothers. Actually, it's a brother's own business, and he's the one that we've been dealing with. I'm gonna put up his store, the picture. He's very good. He give a lot of discount. He give us a lot of discount. My wife was the negotiator, so when we get there, I would stay outside, walk out of the store. She would go in, and then they would give the amount, the total, and she would definitely bring him down to the lowest he could go, and so that's good. If you have somebody who can negotiate these things for you, you will be able to spend a little bit less than what you should be spending. So he's a good guy, and if you would like to, he's over at the what they call new store, okay, right by the market area, I believe. So if you go there, you see Mahar, I believe that's the name, but I'm going to put it up so you can see it for yourself. That's where we purchase most of our stuff. Even now he sells cement, but we intend going to the cement code to purchase 1,000 bags when we return. Hopefully the 1,000 bags will be able to cover up most, if not all, of our cemented what we need to plaster the wall, fix the floor and whatnot, and also the slab. We're hoping that will be able to cover it, but if it don't cover it, we'll definitely try our best to up it to some level. But we're going to start with 1,000 bags of cement first. We did 600, and they took even the fence. I think if you notice our fence, the wall around the house, 600 bags of cement were able to put the house to where it is and build a fence. And we still have 6 bags of cement that left over. We got some guys to beat some bricks for us, some blocks for us, but it didn't go very well. So subscribers, I want to say thank you for subscribing. Those of you, my returning viewers, I want to say thank you. And please just don't view, try to, subscribe. And watch my video to the end, because if you don't watch it to the end, I don't get credit for it. And then I noticed that if people don't watch it to the end, the viewers begin to drop, and that affects my record. So I just want to appeal to you. You're not going to pay a dime. If you're on your cell phone, computer, just hit subscribe. And I noticed some people, they already subscribed, but then they go back and thinking that they have not, and then they go and hit, and then it reduces my subscriber list. So I just lost 1 subscriber last night. I think someone, for whatever reason, they subscribed, but then they withdrew it, or they mistakenly hit something different. But anyways, you all are doing the best you can, and I appreciate you. So this is your show just for you, and this is your man, Sonny Wayne Fella. You have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, and a wonderful afternoon, including morning. Don't forget that. Okay, I love you now. Talk to you guys soon.